And okay, so we will start the afternoon second to last section all about tokenization, specifically tokenizing Palau's ocean or real world assets, RWA, which includes real estate, Palau's dolphin park, Palau's algae apartment, seaweed farming. And this is a collaboration project of my company, Metropolis Global, and Desmo Labs here. Joey, the co-founder of Desmo Lab, will give this talk, and I will supplement later.
Thank you, Len, for the introduction. I'm really happy everybody is going back for the summit. So, Ali. So good afternoon. My name is Joey Zhong, and I'm really happy to introduce TurtleX to Palau and to the world. So, what is TurtleX? TurtleX is a project for providing the financing supply chain and bridging the real world economy on chain. I think this is really something could be meaningful and with some significance. So we try to build the first Palau native real world marketplace. And there's a lot of good projects will be involved on this platform. And as Len has introduced, this will be a project by our collaboration with Metropolis Global and the Desmo Labs. So let me introduce what is our technologies behind this platform. So simply saying is artificial intelligence and ELT, or we call a blockchain, whatever. So AI enable automatic sorting and logical processing, because this is more talking about the compliance and regulatory technology. And in the real world asset or real world economy, they require lots of paperwork. You need to provide a lot of contract agreements if you want to purchase some real world assets like real estate, properties, and this kind of stuff. You need to have like auditing documentation, and this we need to do a lot of OCR. But in a traditional way, it's quite complicated. That's where we embedded AI to drive the whole system. And thanks to the distributed ledger technology, we try to facilitate and accelerate the legal and financial services, like in the KYC parts, KYD parts, know your clients and know your business. And here, I want to make this clear to have more awareness. What is real world assets? I personally want to classify them into the high liquidity assets, low liquidity assets. So liquidity is actually the ability to describe. You can turn an asset into cash. So when it's much easier to turn the assets into cash, then it's more liquid. So some high liquidity assets, including cash, the physical cash is actually the most liquid one, and also stocks, bonds, this kind of stuff, and also the stock money, maybe in that period. So what is low liquidity asset like gold or real estates may have the risk to lose value like in 1 year, 2 years due to some issue inflation. So I'm going to give you some figures for real estates total market size. There's about $3.6 trillion in total for property market size, and about $12 trillion in environmental, social, and corporate governance related projects and products like carbon credits, and everybody was talking about carbon credit today. And here I want to explain tokenization in a way more intuitively. So I think for most of people really confused about tokenization and relating to cryptocurrency only. But in our case today, we are not talking about too much about cryptocurrency, but as new way of organization of data. So here we see tokenization as a more advanced way to aggregate or wrap all this metadata into a token. So we see there are different real-world assets, including bonds, commodities, and currencies, and also the properties. So you can see if you go to a supermarket, you will use the file scanner, and it's a way of mapping the products of what you purchase. So token for me is a wrapper and encapsulates all these metadata in one object. So it's a replica of your assets. And here, what this TurtleX want to do is actually want to building a more sustainable financial supply chain platform, and has two vertical use cases. We're doing tokenization of real estate, and also doing tokenization for ESG, the green blue projects. That can really bring a lot of benefits to Palau. And so about ESG, it's a very wide concept. According like people want to do aqua farming or plant coconut trees here, or they want to rebuild a dolphin park. Yeah. So let me introduce more major case in this TurtleX platform. So for real estate and ESG project is only one of the two use cases. And actually, all these over-culture tradable assets can be listed on this platform as the primary and secondary platform, and as a more decentralized way to do fundraising. So the most complicated part is the KYC onboarding process in the traditional way, or in the bank. If you want to open accounts, you need to provide your ID, scan the first front and the back side of your info, and you do the OCR. And for us, we developed a digital wallet. It's mainly to manage your digital identity in a more efficient way, because nowadays nobody can control their own data, but controlled by a big company, big tech company like Facebook, Google. And for us, we want to restore the data control right to people, to our users. Only user can authorize their data to the app, the third-party platforms, but not the data companies. So here, we have a built-in anti-money laundering and KYC solution that fragmented the whole personal information into different granular identities. Like you can do proof of your age, proof of your residency, like for different jurisdictions, and that's so complicated in our real-world assets tokenization process, because you need to consider nowadays in this world, there's a lot of country has been embargoed and sanctioned, like a blacklist. So the first, you need to fill out this user when they're trying to use a platform. Like I know it's always a question: are you a United States resident, or from Iraq, etc.? And so the KYC become necessary when you're doing the compliance part of this platform. So we simplify the user experience because you can log in with the traditional social media. And when talk about blockchain, most people feel difficult. When blockchain is mystery, the cryptography is like too far from our life. And what we are doing is actually we want to building a very streamlined process for user to use, just like what's your daily use software in Gmail or something. And so this is the one-stop application solution based on our tokenization standard. So we actually created two tokenization standard called ERC3475. It just brings more data from real world. Nowadays, all the tokenization standard, they don't really attach enough information to let you know what kind of things you buy. But with us, is provide a more flexible and extendable container to put different data inside. Yeah, and let me see this more technical part easily. So we have a metaphor to introduce these two tokenization standard, which is actually the current solution. I like just like smartphones with a physical keyboard and one solution for one case. And for us, we turn them into a touch screen. It's easily to customize, and you can put different use cases in one smartphone. Oh, here we will introduce more about compliant, like reporting CBDC in the Palau, and they have SDK. So we want this for integrate with the stablecoin. We want this for some very popular stablecoin like USDT and the USDC, etc. And it also supports transactions can be done with only fiat and maybe crypto money. Because in this world, there's almost all these countries are involved with crypto knowledge. So let me go quickly to have a glance of what we achieved so far with the TurtleX, and this is already live in our testing. So here you will be able to check all these properties info in this TurtleX page, and you will find all the more details like about the risk level, the categories, and who's the issuer, the manager, and you're going to have all these comparison. And the investor, they will know if they have interest to buy a piece of the token. It's maybe like $50 because it's been fragmented, and everybody can like own a small piece of the house, and they can enjoy the future income and all receiving the dividends. I think this really brings the future in a way like if you want to build a house, but it's very difficult to get money from the National Development Bank. Instead of this way, I think the future economy is open markets. Everybody can freely choose which money they can put to get the future income and get more specific service from buying this kind of tokens. Yeah, and I give more example like how we do a couple of sets in this platform. Like there will be more geological application when they try to do like estimation and calculation carbon CO2 emission in some area. For example, you will compare like 5 years ago, you invested in some coconuts, and 5 years later, you will see the difference with not real-time monitoring, but with like some satellites comparison. And here's like this, the certification, and they are all has been audited. So this will be a little complicated. I'm not trying to dive into too much details, but simply it's like you find the right people to buy and find the right people to sell. So we also have the secondary marketplace. And let me talk more about what we are developing now in Palau. We have been investigating some projects like the Dolphin Pacific, Dolphin Park in Palau. And for this part, I want to invite Elaine to introduce more.
Thank you, Joey. It's our joint project. Of course, we here in Palau, we all know that getting a loan to build a house, getting a loan to build your pig farm, getting a loan to build your taro farm is difficult, and then it requires a lot of interest. Sometimes you have to put all of your assets as collateral. And we want to change that because now we have this huge number of digital resident community we can engage them to actually crowdfund and accelerate development of Palau. And in exchange, anybody, not just a digital resident, anyone in Palau, you can also crowdfund, like putting a little money to invest, say, the amazing condo project I'm going to build in Nico Bay. And if you just put in, say, $100 and you buy like one piece of the ownership and property, and then you get 8% dividends per year. That's better than saving your money in the bank. So this is the crowdfunding tokenization platform that we're building, and we want to then democratize investment, democratize development. So tokenizing a lot of different properties here, and also ESG products, ocean project, and so on and so forth. The product platform is now live or in alpha as well. TurtleX.xyz, because turtle is my favorite animal, and it's also the spiritual animal in Palau, and X stands for exchange. So come ask us for questions later. You know me, and Joey will be also sitting on the panel to talk about water tokenization of Palau Ocean. Thank you. So stay on. So now after this, we have a panel.